Hey everyone, welcome back to Sue's Brew Reviews. Today we got a new brew and a little bit of a change of scenery. I'm in the stream room currently. I misplaced the tripod, so until I find it, I guess I'm going to record reviews in here. But we have a ridiculous, and I mean ridiculous sounding beer to review today. This is probably going to be the most divisive of beers that I've reviewed, at least. I think it might be. But this is the Spicy Pickle Monster by Prairie Artisan Ales. Of course, you know, this channel, huge fans of Prairie. Their recent ones I've reviewed, I don't think I enjoyed that much. But I saw this in the store today, and it combines two of my favorite things. Spicy pickles and beer. So I had to get it. Number one, because it's a new Prairie beer, because I'm a huge fan. And number two, a beer brewed with spicy pickles? That sounds too intriguing to pass up. So this one is described as a sour ale with spicy dill pickles, orange, lemon, and lime. And it's 5.3% alcohol content, 12 fluid ounce can. So right off the top, that is some really lofty ingredients right there. Spicy dill pickles in a sour. What? Orange, lemon, and lime. So it's also got a bit of citrus in there. What I'm expecting from this is not maybe just a little bit of salt kind of flavor added to those citrus notes. I'm hoping that's it, like it's just a slightly salted sour ale. But it could lean further into the pickles and like get that real pickle juice flavor with, I don't know, some cayenne and some like crushed red, I don't know, maybe some flavors like that. But whatever it's going to be, I think I'll either love it to death or hate its guts. Because this beer, I feel like there's no middle ground, but we'll see. Let's crack it open. We got our frozen mug here, and we're pouring. Alright. So what I'm seeing so far, this beer is actually really light looking, really kind of, as I pour it, it's pouring like clear to me. And if you see the color on that, it's really light. It looks like a golden kind of, like a golden pear juice kind of color almost. Really, really light beer, just from the look of it. Looks kind of like a Bud Light or something, or any of those light beers from just first glance. Let's give it a smell, shall we? Oh man, that's kind of crazy. I'm actually, because I eat spicy pickles fairly regularly, I'd say, and when I smelled this, that was the first thing I thought of. I'm getting that kind of like that brine, that salty brine with the just a little bit of pepper scent wafting off of it, which is really kind of crazy. I never thought I would try a beer with that as an ingredient. And I'm getting a little bit of that the citrus rind smells in there too. But mostly it smells kind of like pickle brine, or I guess pickle juice, or whatever you would call it. Anyway, let's give this one a try. Cheers, y'all. Oh man. Wow. That is... Wow. That is pretty bizarre. I'm not gonna lie, that is a very strange beer. So yeah, the saltiness, as I expected, that the saltiness is definitely there and is coming through. And because it's a sour ale, it's got that nice kind of crisp mouthfeel. So it's really bright and refreshing, and it tastes like I can taste the lime, lemon, and like other citrus in there. So it's very bright and refreshing, and it's got a little bit of a sour pucker to it. But the saltiness of that the pickle brine is really coming through as well. And just ever so slightly on the back end, I can taste the peppers in there as well. So it's not spicy per se, but it's kind of like that last beer that I tried that had pepper in it, which I think was a stout. I'm not really sure, but it's got just a little slight peppery hint to it, and I think that works a lot better in the beer like this, which is light and sour and kind of refreshing. Because this, you know, you've always heard drinking pickle juice or something if you're running or it's hot outside. This beer would be a very a good beer to drink in the heat. It's refreshing. It's tart. It's still light despite having that the sourness in it and the saltiness of it. So it's not a heavy beer at all. It's light on the palate. And the taste of it is actually slightly different from the smell. So that smell, I'm getting a lot of that briny pickle kind of smell, but the taste is more citrus leaning, I would say. And the pickle, like brine and pepper kind of just adds to the saltiness of it. It's leaning more towards like a citrus flavor and taste for me. But overall, I mean, it's really an interesting kind of oddity. It's not my favorite Prairie Sour ever, because of just how weird it is. But I don't hate it, and I'm kind of surprised that I don't hate it. I thought maybe adding those two things together would make it gross. But you know, I'm also a pickle lover, so... You know, and we also here in Louisiana, sometimes you can get a snow cone that's like pickle juice flavored. This reminds me a lot of that. Like, it's not real pickle juice flavoring, it's just trying to emulate it, and I think all it really did was add just a little bit of saltiness and that kind of slight pickle brine flavor to an already pretty good sour, like a citrus leaning sour. So it's definitely a different combination of ingredients and flavors that I think only a small amount of people would really come to enjoy. So it doesn't have mass appeal, that's for sure. But as far as weird things go in beer, I feel like you can't get much weirder than this. So points for creativity on that. But overall, I don't hate it, and I don't love it either. It's not my most favorite beer, but it's not my most hated beer. Decently drinkable, I would say. So I think on this one, I'm docking it some points because it's very divisive. And also just how odd it is. I think a 6.5 is pretty fair on this one. It's middling for me. But hey, points for trying. Very strange brew, Prairie. I don't think this one's gonna stick around on shelves for long, just because people's curiosity. They want to try something like this, or at least I had to. But it's also not gonna continue to sell out over and over. But who knows? Maybe it's a big hit. Maybe it isn't. Anyway, thanks for watching, y'all. I appreciate you coming back to these videos, and thanks for checking out the stream as well. So I'm Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 4 to 10. And that's all I got for today. Thanks for watching Sue's Brew Reviews. Cheers.
Don't forget to subscribe. Woo. No, I'm just kidding. Like and oh.
Go ahead. Say it.
Hit that like button.
Say it.
Subscribe button. Subscribe to the best channel out there, Sue's Brew Reviews.
Nice.